Have you ever thought about what the difference is to give or serve from your scar and not your wound? Listen to that. Give or serve from your scar and not your wound. There's a difference between helping from a wound and helping from a scar. A wound is still open, right? It hurts. It's open. It still needs time and it still needs care. But a scar means that healing has happened. Healing has started to take place. Not that the pain didn't matter, but that it no longer controls you. That's a scar. And a lot of us keep showing up for others while we're still hurting, while the wound is still open. And sometimes we help to stay busy. We help to avoid our own feelings. We help because saying no feels harder than saying yes. But if we stop and think about it, when we give from a wound instead of from a scar, we feel drained instead of fulfilled when we're helping. We say yes when we really want to say no. We say yes when we really want to say no. Anyone else has done that? I know I've done that. We help hoping that it'll make the pain go away. But then we end up feeling exhausted, resentful, or even sometimes empty. That kind of helping takes more than it gives. That kind of serving takes more than it gives. Because when you think about a scar is different. A scar says, I went through something and I took time to heal. A scar says, I can talk about it without falling apart. A scar says, I remember what I went through. I remember what happened. I remember the grief. I remember the loss. But it doesn't run me anymore. When we give from a scar, because we give, especially during this holiday season, we help because we want to, not because we have to. And we can set limits on our giving without feeling guilty. We can stay present without losing ourselves. And you can give from peace and not pressure. You can give from peace and not pressure. Because scars, the healing has started. So scars bring wisdom. Scars bring patience. Scar helps us to show up whole as our whole self. A wound is still open. So we can't possibly show up as our whole self, but our scar helps us to show up as our whole self. And here's something really important I want to leave you with. We don't owe anyone for our pain. We don't owe anyone. Taking time to heal, taking time for that scar to develop doesn't make us selfish. It makes us honest. It makes us honest. If we're feeling tired, emotional, overwhelmed, it doesn't mean that we're failing. It might mean that we're still hurting and that we're still healing, and that is okay. There is no rush to be strong. There is no prize that you're going to get for bleeding quietly. Give yourself permission to heal first. Give yourself permission to heal first, because when you help from a scar, your healing and your care for someone is real. You are setting boundaries that are healthy, and your heart can stay intact. You deserve that. So give yourself permission to serve and give from your scar and not your wound. This is Dr. D. This is your message of the day. I will see you in the classroom later.